ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः प्रज्ञानाशु प्रतानैः स्थिरचरनिकरव्यापिभिर्व्याप्य लोकान् भुक्त्वा भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पुनरपि धिषणोद्भासितान् कामजन्यान् पीत्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् स्वपिति मधुरभुं मायया भोजयन्नः माया संख्यातुरीयं परममृतमजं ब्रह्म यत्तन्नतोऽस्मि यो विश्वात्मा विधिज विषयान् प्राश्य भोगान् स्थविष्ठान् पश्चाच्चान्यान् स्वमति विभवान् ज्योतिषा स्वेन सूक्ष्मान् सर्वानेतान् पुनरपि शनैः स्वात्मनि स्थापयित्वा हित्वा सर्वान् विशेषान् विगतगुणगणः पात्वसौ नस्तुरीयः
Mandukya Karika, chapter 3, Karika 11. Read.
प्रसादयो हि ये कोशा व्याख्यातास्तैत्तिरीयके तेषामात्मा परो जीवः खं यथा सम्प्रकाशितः
Jiva in reality is not different from Atma. This was established based on the illustration of Akasha. When different pots are made, the pot spaces may appear different, but space is one and the same. There is really nothing called pot space is born, though it appears to be so. Like that, because of individual embodiments, the bodies of all the jivas, it appears Atma has become many in terms of different types of jivas, but it is one and the same. Atma is not affected by the upadhi visheshas, the features of the upadhi. It is free from all that. This is now corroborated by Shruti statement. Here, Taitiri Shruti is quoted. Panchakoshas are told, and this from Annarasamaya, that is what physical Annamaya Kosha onwards, up to Andamaya Kosha. At each level, we mistake it to be I, secondarily Atma. But all these have got existence on account of only the Chaitanya Sarupa Atma, which is described in Taitiriya and in the Andamaya Kosha as Brahma Pucham Pratishtha. That is the one which lends existence and Chetana to all these Panchakoshas. So in that sense, it was called as Jiva. And the specific derivation is given for that. See, Bhashya, Tesham Koshanam Atma, Yena Atmana Pancha Api Koshaha Atmavantaha Antara Tamena. These 5 koshas, Atma in the sum and substance, their essence, their very basis, because of which Atma, Panchahapi Kosha, all five koshas, because Atmavanta, they gain existence and they appear as I, Atma. On account of who? Antaratamena. Antaratama is the one who is innermost. To begin with, in the Panchakoshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. The Anandamaya Kosha appears as the innermost. But interior to that, its base is Brahma Pucham Pratishtha. Brahma Pucha, the Adhisthana, Chaitanya Brahma, that is the most interior one, because of which all these five koshas gain the status of I, Atma, as it were. So therefore, Sahahi Sarvesham Jiva Nimittatva Jiva. With a Saha Antaratamaha, the most interior entity. Sarvesham. Who Sarvesham? Sarvesham Koshanam. Of all the koshas. Jiva Nimittatva. Being the nimitta, being the very cause of their jiva, living existence. Therefore it is called jiva. Generally, for Sausari jiva, the etymological derivation is given as Jiv Pranadharane. And because of Pranadharana, it is called jiva. The Sausari jiva, who is endowed with upadhis and the features of upadhis, not that jiva. That's why he's asked the question, Kahasau? You are talking of some jiva, because of which all these have existence. To distinguish that jiva means the Parabrahma from the Samsari jiva, question is asked by Bhashyakara. Kaha savitya? Who is that jiva you are referring to, because of which all they have got existence? Say that Antaratama, who is that? What is that entity? Is explained by Bhashyakara. Paraha eva atma. Paraha eva. Paraha eva. Atma yaha. Atma is there. Yaha purvam satyam jnanam anantam brahma iti prakrita. Paraha eva atma. The one who is Paramatma, who was Purvam, earlier where? In the beginning of Taittiriya, Brahmandavalli, first Anuvaka. Satyam Dhyanam Anantam Brahma, Yo Vedanihitam Guhayam, Paramevyo Man, etc. So that Yaha Purvam in Taittiriya, in the beginning of the Brahmandavalli, how he was, so that is what referred to or described. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma iti Prakritaha. The topic was begun with the definition of Brahma as Satya, Avitatha, not subject to change. Jnanam, not the knowledge of an entity. The Jnana Tattva, the Jnapti Tattva, the knowledge principle. Ananta, limitless. No limitations on account of desha, space, kala, time, vastu, objects. Totally aparichinna. That is it. Prakritaha. So it was started there. It was explained in the beginning. So that, yes, therefore, and from that Atma, the Jivatmas, which are called Kosha Atmas, appear to be there. Read Bhashya further.
यस्मात् आत्मनः स्वप्नमायादिवत् आकाशादिक्रमेण रसादयः कोशलक्षणाः सङ्घाताः आत्ममाया विसर्जिताः इति उक्तम्.
So, iti uktam, where Taittiriya? In Taittiriya Upanishad, it is said that, see, tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutah Akashad, Vayu, Vayu, Ragni, etc. Tasmad, Vayu, Tasmad. Tasmad was what? Tasmad Brahmanaha, Etasmad Atmanaha. That Brahma, which is identical with this Atma, Chaitanya Swarupa Atma. Yasmad Atmana, from which Atma? This who Kosha Lakshana Sanghata. Sanghata, the assemblages of embodiment, who characterized by Kosha Lakshana. So what are they? Rasadaya. Rasadaya means Anna Rasamaya Adaya. Adi for Rasa for Anna Rasamaya, the Anna Kosha, Annamaya Kosha. Adi for Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Annamaya Kosha. So there Sanghata, they are born from that. How they are born? For which illustration is given. Swapna Mayadivat. Like the Swapna Drishya Deha. Like the body seen in the dream, the dreamer's body, like that. It appears to be true that. Again, Mayadi, Maya Deha. A body projected, created by magic, like elephant, or the magician himself appears as a warrior. So like this, such Adivat, Akashadi Kramena, in the order of Akasha, Tasmadva Etasmad Atmana, Akasha Sambhutaha, Akasha Dvayu, Vayu Ragnihi, Agnirapaha, Adhya Prithvi, Akala, Prithivya Oshadaya, Oshadibhyonnam, Annat Purushaha. This Krama order. Kosha Rasadaya, Kosha Lakshana, Sangata, Atma Maya Visarjita. Now here Atma Maya, not don't think magic of Atma. This Atma Maya is avidya. Because of ignorance. At totality level, Trigunatmika Maya, Ishwari Shakti. Aishwari Shakti. So here it is avidya at the individual level. Maya Visarjitaha, produced, created, iti uktam. So it is told where? In Taittiriya Upanishad. So therefore, and that Atma, Gaudapadacharya says now, or Bhashyakara points out, that Gaudapadacharya has already explained that Akashavad Atma. Continue.
स आत्मा अस्माभिः यथा खं तथा इति संप्रकाशितः आत्मा हि आकाशवत् इत्यादि श्लोकैः.
So Atma, that is the real Atma, and is asamsari, free from koshas. Say Atma. Asmabhihi, by us. It means here Gaudapadacharya. Gaudapadacharya has the Yatha, how he has explained that, just as Yatha Kham Tatha, refer to chapter 3, Karika 3, where he said, Atma hi Akashavat. That Akatma is like Akasha. That is explained here what? Yatha Kham Tatha. Just as Akasha appears to be born, but really not born, not affected by the Upadhi Visheshas. So also Atma, that purpose, Antaratamaha Atma, though appears as though born in terms of embodiment of Jiva, not, it is in its true nature, free from all this Vishesha. Ityadi shloka. By these shlokas, we have already explained it. And this is not something given to imagination. Like Tarkikas say that. No, we are not talking about that. We are telling you what the Shruti has told. Continue.
कार्तिक परिकल्पितामात्मवत् पुरुष बुद्धि प्रमाणगम्य इति अभिप्रायः.
न तार्किक परिकल्पितात्मवत् Purusha Buddhi Pramana Gamya iti abhipraya. Means Look, the Atma we have established as unborn with the help of Akasha illustration is not some fancy or imagination as put forth by Tarkikas. It is supported by Shruti Pramana only. So therefore, Tarkika Parikalpitatma Atmavat. So like this, like the Atma imagined by Tarkikas. So, and what is that Atma? What is the nature of that Atma? Purusha Buddhi Pramana Gamyaha. Purusha Buddhi Pramana Gamya. Tippani gives a very interesting explanation of this. Buddhi Janaka Pramanam Indriya. Buddhi Janaka Pramanam. See, we have got Buddhi, intellect, but it needs to be fed. Who feeds the information? Indriyas. So therefore, Buddhi Janaka Pramanam Indriya means the Buddhi which is because of the Indriyas, whatever that data that Indriyas supply. It is not based on that. So, Tad Agamya Atma cannot be. Atma cannot be something based on the data supplied by the Indriyas. Why? Ashabdam, Asparsha, Marupam, Amvayam, Tata, Agandham, Arasavat. It is Vishayahina. So it is imperceptible, Atindriya. So the Buddhi which operates in the field of Indriyas only cannot know that. So that is what that it is ruled out. That is Purusha Buddhi 1. Or so Purusha Buddhi 1, Purusha Buddhi Bhavitam Pramana. Something imagined by the human intellect, that taken as a pramana, which is only in the realm of anatma vastu, pratyaksha, etc. All these pramanas, which are in the realm of buddhi, they refer to anatma, and they cannot operate in the field of entity atma, which is atindriya, indriyatita, transcendental, imperceptible. So therefore, what you have said is not like what the Tarkikas imagine. Iti abhipraya means that type of Atma we are not described. But describe the Atma strictly in accordance with the Shruti. Now, another reason is given based on Shruti only, to show that Atma is Advaya. Sadvayata is not there at all. This is based on what is called as Madhukanda or Madhuvidya in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a Madhuvidya. What is Madhuvidya? Madhu means sweet, especially honey. You know how honey is made. Honey is a product of cooperative endeavor of many honeybees. It is not a single bee that makes it. Together they strive for the food. So therefore, Madhu, honey, stands for Karya. Karya means an effect produced by the efforts of many. This is Madhu. Now, what is it? It is like this. It is shown that in this creation, every entity has got among them cause-effect relationship. You must have, I don't know nowadays whether it is there, an advertisement. Made for each other. Some cigarette it was. Maybe it may be today, even today it may be there, I don't know. Made for each other. One is made for the other. Like that. A given entity is made for other, that entity is made for other, this entity. They are mutually dependent. For example, people, jivas, wanted to have bhogas, vishaya bhogas, sense pleasures according to karma philosophy, for which bhu is required, Mother Earth is required. So the cumulative karma phalas of all the jivas gave rise to an effect in terms of bhu. Whereas Prithvi Devata, a jiva, wanted to be a deity of such bhuloka, for which what is required? People are required. So therefore, the people are the effect karya of the karma phala of the Prithvi Devi, whereas Prithvi Devi is the karya, the effect of karma phalas, cumulative karma phalas of all the jivas, made for each other, mutually dependent. So what? So what? Here is the rule. When the things depend on each other, A depends on B, B depends on A. The rule is A and B are from the same one cause. Verify. If A is dependent on B and B is dependent on A, the rule is A and B have come out, emerged, or produced from one and the same cause. Take the example of the dream. The dream world depends on dreamer. The dreamer depends on dream world. Both are produced from one and the same antakarana. This is the principle behind Madhu Vidya. It is called as what, Dvaita Bhakshaka Vidya. It devours entire duality, points out one and the same Atma everywhere. Well, just before entering, I would like to give that background, a sample of mantra from Brudarnaka as far as how one and the same entity in and through all, with the help of Prithvi Devata, is given. It is like this. It is Brudarnaka chapter 2, 5th Brahmana, called Madhu Brahmana. It's called also Dvaita Bhakshaka Brahmana. Contains 19 mantras or verses. Same trend. The one is here. Iyam Prithvi Sarvesham Bhutanam Madhu. This Prithvi earth is the Madhu, the Karya, effect of all bhutas, all pranimatras, all living beings who are on the earth. They wanted to have a loka. So see, the Prithvi is the Karya. Whereas Asai Prithvi, for this Prithvi Devata, Sarvani Bhutani Madhu. They are the Karya, because if they are not there, she can't be the Prithvi Devata. So mutual karya one of the other. Again further, Yascha ayam asyam prithvyam tejomayaha amrutamayaha purusha. In this Prithvi at Adhidevata level, at the phenomenal level, at the presiding deity level, just Yascha ayam asyam prithvyam tejomayaha, resplendent knowledge principle, Amrutamayaha, ever existent, immortal, existent principle. Purushaha. Purushaha, Atma, Brahma. One, at what level? At the level of Prithvi. Whereas in the Bhuta Shariras, individual bodies, Yaschayam Adhyatmam. Adhyatmam means centered around the individual body. Shariraha. Shariraha. Sharire Bhavaha. One who is abiding in the each and every bodies. Again, who is that? Tejomaya, resplendent in terms of knowledge principle. Amrutamaya, immortal, indestructible. Purusha, same Chaitanya Purusha. Ayameva Saha. Both are one and the same. Yaha Ayam Atma. And that is the Atma of everyone, whether Prithvi Devata or each and every Bhuta's embodiments or Jivas, Pranis. And what is that? Etad Amrutam. It is indestructible. Idam Brahma. That is the Brahma. Idam Sarvam. This is everything. There is nothing other than that. Where is your duality? Sarvam Brahma Eva. Like this, there are 19 verses. So this Madhu Brahmana. This is that based on that it says. So everything is nothing but Brahma Swarupa only. So there is no room for duality. Just by the by, this is something a specific incident in the case of Madhu Vidya. Who is that? Dadyang Muni. Dadyang Muni was the mantra drashta of this. To the Acharya of this Madhu Vidya. Once, what happened was, Indra came to know something, Brahma Vidya is there. So he would like to make he is the king, no? One thing, always be cautious about this Indra. Indra is not only like this. Vishnu, one. Shiva, one. Brahmaji, one. Not like Indra. Indra is a post. In Manvantara, it goes on. Some duration is there, like Manvantara or something there. It goes on changing. Among these Indras, like Prime Minister. Prime Minister is an individual, is a post. Whoever dawns is the Prime Minister. So like that. Some Indras are great sages. We have got Atmadhyana. Some are culprits. Even adharmic. Like Ahalya was the victim of such one Indra. So like that. So here, at the time when Dadyang Muni was the Acharya, during the maybe Satyayuga or somewhere, Indra thought, let me also get the Atmadhyana. And he went. Dadyang Muni knew that this person is totally steeped in Vishaya Bhogas. This Madhu Vidya is Brahma Vidya only. This Madhu Vidya, Brahma Vidya will not enter unless I inculcate in him the Vairagya. Those who are listening to Mahopanishad, you know what Rubu has done? He has got the equation. You know what is that? Avidya is equal to desire. You want to end avidya to gain Atmadhyana? End desire. Develop Vairagya. Means the progress in Adhyatma is directly proportional to the intensity of Vairagya. See how close? At practical level, like a vicious circle, you have to cut it by force at the level of desire. Anyway, so it is a great thing. It should make us think. Because avidya is equal to desire. If you control the desire, develop Vairagya, gaining Atmadhyana, Just matter of tries. Otherwise, don't take the desire so lightly. It may be a very noble desire. That is not an excuse, sir. If you are in a doubt, see the example of Mirabai. Mirabai was such a devoted lady or a devotee. She was not cut for married life. But unfortunately, she got hooked to marriage because of one desire. You know what is the desire? My Krishna should have a beautiful temple. Is a bad desire? But from where she is going to bring the money? And she was a beautiful. If she marries Rana, he will get there. And she married Rana. She got the temple. But you know what happened? Camilla was not there at all. She was not fit for that. That is all that happened. Because of one desire. My Krishna should have a temple. At no cost, desire can do good to anyone. Except one desire. What is that? Mumuksha. Moktum ichha. Intense desire to get freed from samsara. Except this, no desire can be. Anyway, now this Indra, the specific Indra, who went to Dadyang Muni, had what? Totally senseless person. And he has a power, king, king of God, denizens of heaven. So what happened? Dadyang Muni started inculcating the sense of vairagya. This Indra took it as an offense. This Muni is condemning me, condemning sense pleasure. What knowledge is this? And he said, Indra, no power is there. He said, Muni, if you teach this to anyone else henceforth, I will behead you. Power, might is there in the hand. And he went off to where Brahma Vidya. Useless it is. And Indra, he means business. After some time, Ashwini Kumaras approached. To whom? Dadyang Muni. Being an Acharya, though not a duty, but still there's a sense of duty, he said, look, my dear boys, I am ready to teach you, but you will not get the knowledge, because the moment I start teaching, Indra is going to behead me. And when I am beheaded, who is going to teach you? You know who were Ashwini Kumaras? Heavenly physicians and surgeons. Both, like MBBS fellows are supposed to know little surgery also, minor surgery. May not be specialized in surgery, but minor surgery is supposed to know. But these were specialized in both medicine and surgery. He said, Guru, don't worry. We'll take care of it. You know what they did? They did a horrible act. That is what Shruti says. Horrible act of multiple head transplantation. Multiple head transplantation, not cock and bull. Brother Neka registered it. First, what they did was, they, before Indra doing that, they beheaded Dadyangmuni and beheaded a horse. They fixed Dadyangmuni's head on the horses and the horse's head on the Dadyangmuni. And by yogic power, even though the mouth was of horse, Dadyangmuni was able to speak. Dadyangmuni started, of course, healing, etc. must have taken time, and trauma of, see what such a, not what is a surgery. Even present day surgeons have not done, are not anywhere near it. They may be heart, liver, kidney, etc. transplant they may do, but not anywhere near this. So he started. Indra came, beheaded. But Indra's threat was only once. Second time he can't touch. The moment we had head, whatever, they restored the original head of the Dadyangmuni and restored the horse's head on the horse. No, both of them died, didn't die. Multiple heart. So what? The Shruti says, "O Ashwini Kumaras, I will declare to the world that means what? The great task that you have taken to gain Brahma Vidya means to show that Brahma Vidya should be gained at any cost. You have no option, sir. You may refuse, but maybe after kalpas and kalpas, one day you have to come to Brahma Vidya. You have to come to Adhyatma Vidya." How do you say so? We will not, we don't want that. No, you want it. You are struggling even now. You tell me, are you not struggling to acquire happiness and get rid of sorrow? The very life of all, not only humans, all living beings is to acquire happiness, get away from sorrow. What is the method adopted? From the world, get the things which give you happiness. From the world, which gives you sorrow, get rid of them. Is it not? Practical level, millions things may be done. Principle is only one and the same. From the world, try to derive happiness. From the world, whatever gives sorrow, get away. This is a principle. Point out. In the entire history of humanity, a single person, at least not regular, at least a single person who has succeeded in this effort of gaining the happiness to one's heart content, thus far, no further, no trace of sorrow. Anyone? No. With this method, what is called as, in the technical terms, called sadhana sadhya. Do this, achieve this. Do this, achieve this. Nobody has succeeded. Well, give it up. See, there are many impossible tasks. You don't undertake them. Give it up. Can you give it up? The day you give up your efforts to acquire happiness and to shun sorrow, that day you will not need Vedanta, you will not need Brahma Vidya. Right? Can you give up? No. Means so high to this fundamental problem, universal problem, to get the happiness to one's content, totally free from sorrows, which is the goal of everyone's life, whether they know it or not. cannot be fulfilled by this sadhana sadhya method, the method that we adopt now, including Shastra, Heaven, etc. It is possible only when you discover and own up your real nature, Paramanda Swarupa, free from all upadhis, and therefore free from least trace of sorrow. Least trace of sorrow. That's why Brahma Vidya has no alternative. Now it is left to your common sense whether to accelerate this process. Right now in this human embodiment, because human embodiment is very difficult to get. Yenakena prakana you have got it. Stop. If deficiencies are pray to Ishvara. Actually, one day or the soon you will get it. Otherwise, you have to wait until what happens? The nature or your course of prarabdha gives you slaps left and right, left and right, left and right. Then you start slowly thinking, "Ye kya ho raha hai? Is there a way out?" Then go to Vedanta. Maybe after many kalpas, it is left to you. So therefore, there is no alternative for Brahma Vidya. But that Indra, idiotic Indra, didn't understand this. And he took it as an offense. So under any circumstances, at any cost whatsoever, I don't mean in terms of money, at any labor, effort, Brahma Vidya needs to be gained, And this is Madhu Vidya. Brahma Vidya as unfolded in the Madhu Kanda, Madhu Brahmana. Is also Madhu Kanda also is there, but it is Madhu Brahmana and Madhu Kanda. Fifth Brahmana of second chapter of Brihadaranyaka called as Dvaita Bhakshya Brahmana. So based on this, Gaudapadacharya establishes Atma is Advaya. Like there is not many. As many Jivatmas are there, so many Atmas. No. One and the same may appear as many. Read 12th Karika.
द्वयोर्मधुज्ञाने परं ब्रह्म प्रकाशितं पृथिव्यामुदरे चैव यथाकाशः प्रकाशितः
Yatha Prithvyam Udare Prithvyam Yatha Prithvyam Udare Cha Eva and Ekaha Akashaha Prakashitaha Ekaha Akashaha Prakashitaha and Tatha Dvayoho Madhujnane Param Brahma Prakashitam. तथा द्वयोः मधुज्ञाने परम ब्रह्म प्रकाशितम. Illustration is given. We can take illustration afterwards also. Let us take first one. Yatha, just as Prithvyam udare cha eva. Prithvyam, the space in the earth. Udare cha eva, the space in our stomach is what? eva ekaha. No two spaces are there. Only one and the space is there in the earth and in our stomach. Tatha, so also, ekaha, akashaha, prakashitaha. One and the same space gets revealed or is abiding in both earth and our stomach. Tatha, in the same manner, dvayoho. In these pairs of two. What is that? Dvayoho. Adhidaivadhyatmayoho. At the Adhidaivata level, at the Adhyatma level. To take an example, what you have taken, Adhidaivata level is Prithvi. Adhyatma level is Bhutas, Pranimatras. At the deity level, at the individual Jiva level. What is that? Madhujnane. Madhujnane means in Madhu Brahmana, Param Brahma Prakashitam. One non-dual Brahma is revealed. Not many Atmas, as many Upadhi bodies are there. No. One Brahma in and through all Pranimatras, in and through all Adhishtan Devatas, is revealed in Madhu Brahmana. Earlier, Taittiriya, in terms of Koshas, the Shruti was quoted. Now, the Shruti, in terms of Madhu Brahmana, is cited to show that Atma in every living being, whether ordinary individuals or Adhishtan Devatas or even Parameshwara, Ishvara, even Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, in Hiranyagarbha, in all, Atma is one and the same, revealed. Let us see the Bhashya. Read Bhashya.
Sure.
Kincha.
किंच अधिदैवतम् अध्यात्मञ्च तेजोमयः अमृतमयः पुरुषः पृथिव्याद्यन्तर्गतः यः विज्ञाता परः एव पर एव आत्मा ब्रह्म सर्वं द्वयोः सर्वमिति ब्रह्म सर्वमिति द्वयोः आद्वैतक्षयात् परं ब्रह्म प्रकाशितम्.
This is how in Madhukanda, Brahma Prakashitam, one non-dual Brahma is revealed. Kincha, to add further, after quoting Taittiriya Upanishad, Adhidaivam Adhyatmam cha. Adhidaivam, the entity abiding in the Adhisthana Devatas, residing deities like earth, etc., Prithvi, Devata, etc. Adhyatmam cha, in each and every individual Jiva entity. What is that one Purusha? Who is that? Tejomaya. We have seen the case of Prithvi. Tejomaya, resplendent, self-evident knowledge principle. Amrutamaya, immortal, indestructible, not subject to change at all. Purushaha, Puraushati, abides in all embodiments. Not only that, Purnatva, full and complete, all pervasive in nature, Purusha. Prithivya antargata. Where is it? Antargataha, abiding in Prithivya, in the embodiment like Prithivya, etc. Yaha, the one who is Vidnyata, knower of everything. The one who is knower of everything. And who is he? Paraha Atma Brahma Eva. That knower principle Chaitanya, the self-evident Nepti Tattva knowledge principle is, says, Paramatma Parahatma Paramatma Brahma Eva Sarvam. Everything is one and the same, Paramatma Brahma. Iti, where it is told, how it is told, Dvayoho Advaita Kshayat. Advaita, not Advaita there. Advaita Kshayat. Ang means Paryantam. Up to the end of destruction of the last duality, Dvaita. Dvayoho. In the both Adhyatmika embodiment and Adidaivika embodiment, all duality is what? Is eliminated. So that is in terms of in terms of Maryada, limit up to that. Kshayat, until it is totally distributed. Then thereby what is revealed? Param Brahma Prakashitam. Param Brahma is revealed. Eliminate all duality in terms of upadhis. What remains is what? Param Brahma. I say, where it is done so? Continue.
Kva ityaha.
So, where is said so? Answer is given. Continue.
Yes. Brahma Vidyakhyam Madhvam Madhu
Amrutam Amrutatvam.
Madhu Amrutam Amrutatvam Modana Hetutvat Vijnayate Yasmat iti. Yasmin iti Madhu Jnanam Madhu Brahmanam Tasmin ityarthaha.
So where is it? Say it is Madhu Brahmana. What is called Brahma Vidyakhyam? Actually it is Brahma Vidya. What is that? Madhu. What is Madhu? Amrutam Amrutatvam. Amrutam, immortal. What is Amrutam? Amrutatvam Modana Hetutva. It is a Modana Hetu. That's the very basic source of every happiness, every delight, every joy. What is our concept? Our concept of happiness, delight, joy lies in the Vishayas of the world. That is where we go wrong. Top blunder. It is like that, what is that? Musk deer. I don't know whether musk deer are even today or not. Possibly Puran, olden day story. Maybe must be there. There are some jungles, maybe there. This musk deer smells the fragrance and it sings somewhere in there and it goes on hunting for that. Actually, from its navel it is coming. Like this. All living beings search happiness everywhere in the world. It is their own nature. See, what a great secret. Not only secret, even told you will not click in. So firm the wrong notion is deeply entrenched in us. Shraddha lacking. That's why Bhagavan Krishna appeals to our Shraddha. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam samshayatma vinashyati. Recently it happened. A person known to me only since many years. He's not actually my student itself. He said, but he's in touch with me. He said, can you teach me such and such text? First, at the outset, I regret. I said, I will not be able to teach you that. And again, I said, I'm withdrawing from teaching, etc. And I do so. And he said, that is some background he has got, Vedanta. Look, this book is available at such and such place. Of course, there is problem with the book is there, etc. That's like he started asking hundreds of questions. He wanted to know whether it's authentic or not. Many questions. Arey Baba, get that book. Have one cursory reading and see the paramparas, who taught to who, and the one who is teaching what a Tom, Dick, Harry is a great sage of Upanishadic fame. All your doubts will be put to rest. What made him? No Shraddha in my statement. And he wants me to teach. If otherwise a person would have said, oh, when I said he has approached me, and he should have a trust in me. And he knows that I have studied that text. You should have got the text and ready. 100 questions. So like that, plunge in it. And then you have got freedom. But we don't take to that and ask 1,000 questions. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. That is what our Shastras are there. You know, the Mahatma Gandhi ji was disillusioned with this Hinduism, this Varnashrama, etc. Untouchability, etc. He was disgusted. He wanted to change religion. He must have thought of many other religions. He went to one Jain sadhu, Sharat Chandra or someone. Attended. The long discussion. He said, what are you talking? Have you studied Hindu Shastras? Nowhere it is there as it is in your Shastras. You need not change the religion. Study what it is. And remember, this Sharat Chandra, though he is Jain, he follows Ashtavakra Gita. I think even Viveka Chudamani. I think even Mandukya also, I don't know. Pakka Vedanti. And not lip service. He is deep in it. Steadfast in the knowledge. So that is it. At least have that courtesy to go through that. Then come to a conclusion. What are the use of just poo-pooing and all that? So therefore, so this is how this Brahma is so prakashitam, where in Madhu Brahmana. All that we have to do is prepare ourselves as guided by the Shastras in terms of our disposition. Take to the inquiry on the guidelines of Shastra. There is no reason why one should not get the knowledge. The tested path. So, perseverance is necessary to begin. Shraddha is indispensable because we have every reason to accept what Bhagavan Krishna says, what Upanishads say, what Gaudapada Padacharya says, what Adi Shankaracharya says. They have verified it. It is possible we may lack in our preparedness. That is not an excuse to give up the effort. Take help of Ishvara. Ishvara is for this purpose only, not asking for what? Husband, wife, children, promotion, money, and all that. By the by, it is for this. So one has to this, there is no escape from that. Let us see further.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ।